Hey, Melissa here. I have a tutorial for you today with Sugarplum Paperie, and I am going to show you how to use those photo masks that you no doubt have in your stash in a new different way to make your layouts even more beautiful. So if you look at this layout here I have done, I am using a couple of Sugarplum Paperie's kits today. I will show them to you quickly. There are a couple elements here from the Hello 2014 kit. You can see the preview. All of her kits are available at Sweet Shop. So I am using the Hello frame and the 2014 tag here. So you can see those on the layout. And then also the majority of the layout today is with the You Are Beautiful kit from Sugarplum Paperie and Studio Basic Designs. And again, that's also available at sweetshopdesigns.com. So here we go with our layout. Now, as you can see, my background paper is mostly this black and white design, and that's one of the papers that comes in the kit, in the You Are Beautiful kit. So I'll show that to you right here. This is what the paper looked like at the beginning. Now, a lot of Sugarplum Paperie's kits are already artsy and beautiful and lots of depth and dimension to them, a lot of hand-painted look. But I wanted something more than just the black and white for this picture because the picture was already black and white and I didn't want it to blend in too much to the background. So you can see what it looked like originally without the extra pieces I put in on the back. My little bit of writing down here gets lost in with the black and white, and the page just doesn't really have any kind of pop to it. So I wanted to add a little bit more, and there are a ton of other beautiful papers in the kit. I just wanted to incorporate them in a different way. So I went through my photo mask stash, and I know you all have one. I have all of my photo masks in one massive folder together. So I'm going to just pick one and drag it in. Control A to select all, Control C to copy. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to paste it near the bottom. So I want it on top of my black and white paper. So I'll hit Control V to paste. And you can see it's teeny tiny. So I'm going to click and drag the corner to make it bigger so it will stand out on the sides of my photo. You've probably used photo masks before, but don't forget that you don't only have to use them for photos. You can use them for papers too, and it will kind of help you blend your papers together really neatly. So you can make it the size you want and position it how you want it on your layout. And then we're going to add our paper to it. Now in the You Are Beautiful kit there's this awesome pink paper that I really like, and it'll kind of go with the love theme on my layout. So I'm going to pick that. So I'm just going to drag it in. Control A to select all, Control C to copy. And I'm going to go right on this layer here, so make sure this is selected, and hit Control V to paste. And then Control G to group it together. And that looks cute just like that, but we can do more. So at this point, if you like it how it is, and remember you can, if you hit Control T, you can transform and you'll be able to move it around. You know, if you have a certain pattern paper and you want it to lay a certain way, this is pretty repetitive, so it would look the same no matter where I put it. So I'm just going to be happy with that. And now I'm going to hit Control E to merge those two layers together. And once you do that, you can come up here and play with your blending mode. Now there are a ton of different options here for your blending mode. I don't know exactly what each one does. I know that I like to use them. So I'm just going to click on here, and then if you just use your down arrow button, it will kind of page itself through the different blending modes. I'm just hitting the down arrow button, and it automatically goes from one to the next to the next. And I'm going to keep going until I find a look that I like. You can see all the different, I mean, you can change it completely. The colors change. So I'm going to go back up to normal because I wasn't really paying attention and pick my favorite. That one's kind of nice. It's not what I had picked before, but I like that the dark purples in there. So just keep going until you find one that you like. I like that lighter color. That's what I will pick. And then there you go. So I took my paper from just blank to this, which is nice, but it adds another extra oomph when you play around with the blending mode. Really makes it blend into the paper and look like it's one piece of paper. So there you go. And then also I wanted to add a little bit more here underneath my writing to make my writing stand out a little bit more. So in the You Are Beautiful kit, there are a couple masks, a couple little decorative masks. And the one I really liked was this little chevron pattern. So I'm going to bring that in. But you can see that it's green and that doesn't really go with my theme. So I hit Control A to select all and Control C to copy. And I want it right on top of that mask I just added. So I'm going to come down here. I'll delete these other ones that I already, so they're not in their way. Alright, so I'm going to come right on here and hit Control V and it'll paste it right above. And I can't see it very well because it's just barely poking out of my photo, so I'm going to hit Control T so I can move it easily and move it down. I'm going to resize it a little bit because I don't need it too big. I just want it behind those words. Move it around a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to put a different color. You could just clip on like a solid color, but I usually like to use papers if I can because they have a little bit more dimension to them. So I'm going to come back to the You Are Beautiful kit and try to find like a white paper. There's this one. And Control A, Control C. And then make sure this is selected so it will go right on top of it, and hit Control V and then Control G to group. It just adds a little bit extra down there so you'll be able to see your words pop out a little bit more. And if you wanted to, you could play around with the blending again. I think it looks fine just how it is, so I'm not going to. But I'm going to hit Control E to merge this layer with the layer it's clipped to. And then I'm going to hit Control J to duplicate the layer, because I want to have one up above too, just so it looks a little bit more balanced. And have a little bit peeking out of the top of the photo too. And there you go. So again, we took it from this, which is where it was when it started, and added a little bit of personality and some color, some pop. So go ahead and go through your stash and find some photo masks and pick some beautiful Sugarplum Paperie papers and get working. See what kind of blending you can do. If you need some photo masks, there are a bunch of them at Sweet Shop Designs, and Sugarplum Paperie does have painted paper masks available that are designed especially for blending your papers together. So they have some big ones that you could resize down if you wanted just a little bit in the middle like we did today. Otherwise there are some little ones too. So if you'd like to go grab those, they are at Sweet Shop Designs, and just search for Painted Paper Masks by Sugarplum Paperie. And you can make some beautiful layouts too. We'd love to see it when you get yours done. Go ahead and link us up, and have a great weekend.